Hi, good afternoon. So thanks for, as long as you've been here, if you've been here from 8 o'clock this morning, or if you just got here 10 minutes ago, thank you for any amount of time that you've sat here and listened. And we keep coming back to that theme, how important it is to listen to each other's stories. And for me, I was talking to somebody at lunch about this, how the stories I'm hearing so far today and the ones that I'll hear tomorrow, they aren't my world. I'll be perfectly honest. I came from very different circumstances to a lot of the people who are here. I grew up in a relatively wealthy household. These aren't the stories of my family. These aren't the stories of my friends, the people I went to school with, the people I knew growing up. These aren't the people who are in my family now, and most of the people I'm close to. We've managed to snag some of the coattails of the American dream that everyone's talked about. And I think the reason we don't listen to these stories often enough, the people in my community, the people where I come from, is because we're afraid of what we'll hear. It's sort of thrown around this saying, this phrase that, probably something like 90% of people in America, if they aren't already there, are one paycheck away from disaster. And those of us who are, like I said, kind of holding onto those coattails that are making it right now, we don't want to think about where we could end up because it's a scary place to be. I've heard people say, that it's not all bad, but it's hard work. It's not, I can't imagine living on $180 a month. I don't know how people do that. It's not an experience I have, and I'm sure I would learn, but I don't want to have to learn, and I don't want anybody who's here to have to continue to figure that out. And so the only way that's going to change and get better is if we listen to the stories of people who are there and figure out how we can come up with a better way of making things work. We talked about union declining. We've talked about schools that aren't working. We've talked about government systems that have broken down that were supposed to help even out some of these problems, and they're just not there. So I think those of us who have been insulated from a lot of these problems just due to luck and circumstance, we need to hear what's going on because we need to know what we're facing if we don't figure out a new way of getting things done. So thank you all for sharing your stories. I'm looking forward to listening through the rest of the weekend. So.